What if your cat thinks of you as their BFF, best furry friend forever? Believe it or not, some cats form bonds with their humans that go far beyond the typical feed me and we're cool relationship. Some cats connect with their humans on a whole other level. The human guardian becomes their favorite companion in the whole world, their actual bestie. But here's the thing, not every human gets this honor. Here are 15 undeniable, science-proven signs that your cat doesn't just see you as a friendly roommate or a food provider, but as their true best buddy. Before we dive in, please subscribe to Wise Animals and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos. Sign 1. The yawn of contentment. When your cat yawns while you're spending time together, it's easy to think they might be bored or annoyed, as if they'd rather be napping. But don't worry, cats yawn for a variety of reasons, and while tiredness is one of them, yawning can also be a sign of extreme happiness and relaxation. In fact, your cat is often letting you know they feel completely content and comfortable around you. That big yawn is their way of saying, "I'm happy and relaxed in your company." So, no need to feel insulted. It's actually a compliment. Sign 2. The trilling tune, what sound does a cat make? You might think you learned this in kindergarten. The bird goes tweet, the dog goes woof, and the cat goes meow, right? While meow is the classic answer, it's far from the only sound cats make. When your cat is content, they may purr, but if they want to show affection, you might hear a distinct trill. Trilling is a high-pitched sound that falls somewhere between a meow and a purr, often resembling a rolled R. When your cat makes this sweet noise around you, it's their way of expressing joy and affection. It's a sure sign that they see you as one of their closest companions, part of their trusted family circle. Sign 3. The jumping for joy greeting. Some cats take the phrase jump for joy to a whole new level when their humans return home. You might open the door to find your kitty doing their best kangaroo impression, standing on their hind legs and bouncing up and down. Or perhaps you're ambushed from a high shelf or counter, getting booped or bunted when you least expect it, just when you thought it was safe to walk into the kitchen. So, what's behind this energetic greeting? In this case, the simplest answer is the right one. Your cat is thrilled to see you. However, there's a small twist. They're also a bit frustrated by how tall you are. To get a better view and properly greet their much taller human, they do whatever they can to make themselves a little taller, whether that's jumping up or heading to a high vantage point. It's their way of making sure they can meet their best friend face to face. Sign 4. The nose boop. When your cat wants to get a good whiff of your scent, one way they might do this is by giving you a little nose boop. Cats use this behavior with each other in much the same way humans might offer a kiss. Unfortunately, our furry friends lack the muscles needed to pucker up like we do, so kissing isn't an option for them. However, nose boops serve the same purpose. They're a gesture of affection, closeness, and trust. In fact, you could argue they're even cuter. So the next time your cat gently taps their nose to yours, take it as their version of a loving kiss. Sign 5. The big stretch greeting. If your cat does a big stretch every time you walk into a room, you might start to wonder what it is about your presence that gets them stretching their muscles. Is this their passive-aggressive way of reminding you that you've been skipping your morning walks? Not quite. A greeting stretch is a special, full-body stretch that cats do when they're happy to see someone they really like. If your cat stretches around you, it's simply their way of saying, "I'm so glad you're here." It's a sweet sign of contentment and joy. Sign 6. The ankle rub. Your cat might be upset that you didn't offer them the comfy chair, but is walking between your legs to make you trip. The most mature way to handle it? As your kitty weaves around your legs, it may seem like they're plotting something dastardly, but rest assured, they're not trying to murder you. When your cat rubs their face against your ankles, they're actually marking you with their scent. It's another way they share their affection and bond with you. This gesture is a sign that your cat sees you as part of their territory, and more importantly, as a beloved companion. Sign 7. The posture of affection. One of the more subtle signs of your cat's emotional state is their posture, how they carry themselves around you. And yes, your height plays a role in this. When your cat wants your attention or is trying to interact with you, they'll often extend their neck and tilt their head upwards, gazing at you with their face lifted. Shorter people with tall friends can probably relate to this. Nothing says affection quite like craning your neck to connect. For your cat, this upward posture is their way of showing interest and love, even if it might give them a little crick in the neck. Sign 8. The rough lick of love. Being licked by a cat can be a bit of an uncomfortable experience. Unlike dogs, where the worst outcome is getting covered in slobber, a cat's tongue feels like sandpaper. That's because their tongue is covered in tiny spines called papillae, which act as combs when they groom their fur, helping to untangle knots and remove burrs. When those same spines are used on delicate human skin, the sensation can be a bit rough. But before you push your kitty away, remember that grooming is one of the most genuine ways a cat can show affection. It may not feel great, but a little discomfort is worth knowing your cat sees you as part of their inner circle. It's their way of saying, "You're my best friend and I'm taking care of you." Sign 9. The open-mouth sniff. Have you ever noticed your cat sitting with their mouth slightly open, almost as if they're breathing in through it? You might be surprised to know that they're actually sniffing the air. This behavior is called the Feline response. Cats have a special organ on the roof of their mouth, known as the Jacobson's or vomeronasal organ, which works like an extra-sensitive nose. They use it to detect the scents of other cats and gather important information through smells. Cats are incredibly scent-driven creatures, and they can learn a lot about one another just by sniffing. So, if you spot your cat showing the Feline response while you're in the room, consider it their way of getting to know you better. No secrets between best friends. Sign 10. The big pupil. Stare. If someone asked you to draw a cat's eye, you'd probably sketch a green or yellow iris with a vertical slit for the pupil. The classic Halloween cat look. But if you pay close attention, you'll notice your cat's pupils aren't always thin. Just like human eyes, a cat's pupils constrict in bright light and dilate in dim light to regulate how much light enters their eyes. This part probably isn't news. However, low light isn't the only thing that makes your cat's pupils dilate. When your cat's eyes go wide and their pupils become very large, it can also be a sign of affection. Cats' eyes tend to dilate when they're looking at someone they care deeply about. Humans experience this too, though it's much less noticeable in us because our pupils don't get as big. So, if you notice your cat's eyes looking extra wide when they're gazing at you, it's a sign that they're feeling a lot of affection for you, like you're their special someone. Sign 11. Ear positioning. Your cat's ears are great indicators of how they're feeling. Just like with their tail, the higher and more relaxed the ears, the happier the cat. If your cat's ears are pinned back and flattened against their head, it often signals fear or aggression. On the other hand, ears that are upright and pricked forward show that your cat is happy, alert, and engaged. Next time you're spending time with your kitty, take a moment to check their ears. If they're standing tall and relaxed, you can be sure that your cat is feeling good and content in your presence. Sign 12. The tail hug. Your cat may not be able to hold your hand like a human best friend, but that doesn't mean they can't express their affection in a similar way. When your kitty rubs against you, you might notice their tail wrapping around your ankles. This is the feline version of a gentle, loving handhold. That twirling tail is your cat's way of showing affection and closeness, almost like a tail hug. It's a subtle yet meaningful gesture that says, "I'm here and I love you." Sign 13. The personal item thief. What about when your cat messes with your stuff even when you're not using it? Like sitting on your freshly washed laundry, now covered in cat hair, or when your favorite scrunchie, pen, or socks mysteriously disappear, only to be found later in your cat's bed. Would a best friend really do something so frustrating? Well, yes. Cats are incredibly scent-oriented, and your clothes, even fresh out of the laundry, and the objects you handle regularly, carry your unique scent. When your cat steals your belongings or insists on lounging on them, it's their way of keeping a piece of you close by. It's not mischief, it's love. Sign 14. The sinking routine. You might think your cat doesn't have much of a routine outside the one you set for them. After all, they don't have work in the morning or a set bedtime. Sure, they eat when you feed them because they can't operate a can opener. Yet. But nothing else they do seems particularly time-sensitive, right? And yet, have you noticed that your cat always seems to be awake when you are? They're up when you get up, ready to relax when you're winding down, greet you at the door when you come home, and join you on the couch during your evening TV time. While they don't need a strict schedule, they've adjusted their routine to match yours. Your cat is syncing their day with yours, making them a true companion who wants to share every moment with you. Sign 15. The Buddy Bunt bunting isn't just the name for those colorful flags you see at fairs. It's also a special form of feline affection. When your cat bunts, or gently headbutts your hand, they're marking you with their scent while picking up yours in return. Think of it like exchanging friendship bracelets. By sharing scents, your kitty is creating a lasting bond between you two. It's their way of saying, "We're connected, and I want you to carry a piece of me with you." This simple yet meaningful gesture is a clear sign of your cat's love and trust. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Your support not only encourages us, but also helps other cat lovers discover our content. Don't forget to share your experiences in the comments below, and consider subscribing to the Wise Animals channel for more informative videos on understanding and caring for our feline friends. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.